If you want to paint misty, dreamy clouds like these but sometimes still struggle or make mistakes, then watch this entire 4-minute video. Who knows, you might realize that you've made one or a few simple mistakes before, mistakes that are actually very easy to fix, just like this. There's a mistake that most beginners learning to paint with acrylics often make when painting clouds, mist, or smoke. That mistake is not knowing how to create this kind of hazy effect, and usually ending up with the paint drying out, making it impossible to blend it out smoothly like this. So, all these effects like mist, clouds, or smoke are actually created very simply, using just 20% of the effort to achieve 80% of the result. So in today's video, I'll show you a technique called Raymao, also known as Scumbling. This technique is extremely useful when you're painting clouds, mist, or smoke, with the effect achieved being a thin, hazy layer that creates a lively atmospheric effect. The main difference comes from the base of the mountain, where this new mountain doesn't have any clouds at its foot yet. And that's why it looks much harsher compared to the mountains on the right, which already have clouds softly covering their bases like this. And what we're going to do today is paint clouds at the base of the mountain like this. The problem with acrylic paint is that it dries too quickly. It can dry in 2 minutes, or even just 1 minute. So, to make sure we can work while it's still wet, we need to have 2 brushes ready at hand. One brush should already have paint on it, and the other should be completely dry, so that as soon as we apply the paint to the canvas, we can immediately use the clean brush in the other hand to blend it out, making it thinner and fading it into the background. That way, it creates an effect that looks like a thin layer of mist. So, what's the most important tip for beginners here? That is, you always need to have 2 brushes ready in your hands. Why is that? Because for beginners, it's very easy to get flustered when you first apply color to the painting, and if you only start looking for another brush to blend the color at that point, the paint might have already dried, and you won't be able to blend it out into a cloud anymore. That's why we should have 2 brushes ready. After applying the color here, we just need to quickly switch brushes, use the clean one, and blend the color out so it fades into a cloud. That's a very common mistake for beginners, because they forget to have the essential tools ready by their side. Remember, acrylic paint dries very quickly, so you need to start blending the color right away while it's still wet. There's no time to fumble around looking for or preparing other materials. Only by working quickly like that can you achieve effects like mist, smoke, or lively clouds. The sequence here is to first apply the wet paint, then immediately use a dry brush to blend and blur it out, and that's how you can create clouds and mist like this. And here is the cloud and mist effect after the painting is finished. If you want me to give a more detailed tutorial on the whole painting process or want to see a time-lapse of me painting, I'll make a new video about your requests in just a few days. Remember to subscribe and follow the channel to see more painting tips.